right, Coach, first, why don't you talk about taking over the Snyder Tiger program?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Been here about 3 months now and got a chance to get through the summer and spend time with our kids, obviously getting them developed in the weight room and then installing our schemes and things like that. But the biggest thing and probably the most important thing that we've really enjoyed being here at this time is just developing the relationships that we have with these kids right here. At the end of the day, these kids didn't choose me, they didn't choose our staff, but we chose them. And so that's just been the biggest push for us right now, is just building those relationships with these kids and just making them understand that we love them and we want the best for them. And so getting that built up has been the most important thing for us.
Well, Coach, you did an amazing job in Lovington, multiple state titles, including last year, to come out here now and start building. What are you seeing that this program can do?
There's a ton of potential here. Just the tradition of this program and what they've been able to do. I mean, as a 3A program, they went to the state semifinals as a 3A program when they were led by Coach Rogers, and they did an outstanding job. Westwood did an outstanding job here, and they'd won some games. And so, just being able to come in and seeing the kids and their work ethic that they've already got established, they're just ready to flip the script. And all the other programs in our high school are having success right now. These guys are ready to jump on board. The community is all in. They're on fire right now for these kids. And so it's just been great to see them taking us in and taking advantage of the opportunity to go to work.
I've always heard restore the roar, and I think that's what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, it's just the energy in the program and just being excited to get better every single day. If you look at it and you look at our schedule, especially our district schedule, I'd argue to say it's probably one of the toughest districts in the state in this classification, for sure, in this region. And so at the end of the day, getting these kids to understand that we don't have any control over who's in our district. What we do have control over is how we prepare every single day and making sure that we attack every single day so we have an opportunity to go out and play our very best against some really, really good football teams, championship football teams. And so the kids are grasping onto it. They like it. They're enjoying it. So it's an awesome deal.
What do you think the strength of the Tigers is?
Right now, I mean, really, to be honest with you, if you look at it on paper, we only have 8 returning starters from the team that they had last year. But out of those 8 returning starters, every single one of them are servant leaders. Daniel Cabrera, Danon Smith, just guys like that, guys that have just invested, poured in to the program coming into this senior year. They're leading by example, and that's what you want. We don't need a bunch of bosses out here. We need a bunch of leaders out here, and leaders are the ones that serve each other. And so just having that senior leadership. Brock Green is another one. He's an offensive lineman that's played a lot for him here. And so just having that really good, strong servant leadership coming from those guys has helped developing these guys that don't have a whole lot of experience.
I noticed the back of the shirts, and I've been humming this AC/DC song. What's that about?
We just think it's the greatest rock and roll band in the world, to be honest with you. And so that's our opinion as a coaching staff, getting them to understand that. The kids, they're not, I guess when we brought it here, they're like, man, that's a little bit different. And so we got our different themes every single day. But I told the kids, this is me and my wife's first song at our wedding was an AC/DC song. So it's just the greatest rock and roll band ever, and we like to bring it out to practice.
Talk about your non-district schedule.
I think one of the most exciting things that we get to do this non-district season is our first game of the year against Pecos. We get to rename this stadium Grant Taft Stadium. And so we're going to honor him the first game of the year against Pecos here. Coach Taft is going to be here. His family's going to be here. Get to make that presentation for him. And so that's going to be an awesome experience. And so all the energy and excitement for that, and plus we get to do that on night one is going to be awesome. We get to play Clyde, Big Spring, which is right down the road. So Levelland is another opponent that we're going to have to play. So we got some really good, strong opponents there in our non-district play, which is important because we're going to need our very best competition that we can possibly get, be challenged every single game, every single week, so we can be prepared as possible when we go into district play.
And your assessment of district?
Of our district, like I said, I think it's one of the most talented districts in the state in Class 4A. I mean, we played Seminole when I was in Lovington, and they're as dynamic as can be. Coach Pointer does a fantastic job with them. Monahans is a championship program. Midland Greenwood, they're on the rise up. They had a really strong team last year, and then Fort Stockton going up a classification, having some really good success last year. So we got our hands full. But like I said, we don't get to control what district we're in. But what we do get to control is how we prepare every single day to give ourselves the best opportunity to be successful.
And what are the goals for this year?
Well, this year, the motto of the year, the seniors, they chose this motto is get on the wall. If you go into our weight room, we take great pride in what we do in the weight room. But if you look on the walls in those weight rooms, in our weight room, the only pictures that are up on that wall are championship teams. And so it's crazy. You go in there and you see them hanging up there on that wall. And, you know, we talk to the kids about it every single day. What are you doing to put yourself and leave a legacy just like these teams have? So that's their motto for the season is get on the wall. And so when things get tough in practice, when things get tough in the classroom, when things get tough in the weight room, you got to go back and think, what am I doing to help leave my legacy? What are we doing to get on that wall in that weight room with all those epic championship teams that are hanging on that wall?
And last, Coach, just I'm sure this community has embraced you since you came in. Can you talk about Snyder?
You know, it's an awesome town. It's an awesome community, and you know, I haven't been told no yet, and so I really do appreciate that. I know it's probably coming. It hasn't come yet. But this community wants to see their kids be successful at every single sport that they play, every single level. They want them to be successful, and so they're trying to provide all the things that we need to be successful, and I appreciate that. But it's from all levels. It's not just football, our softball program, baseball program, middle school programs. We had volleyball scrimmages today. Gym was packed, and so this community is on fire. They want their kids to be successful, and they're ready to, like you said, restore the roar and bring it back to its championship days like it was a long time ago.